Hi, I'm Ellie Weaver, Head of Wellbeing and Mental Health at Together in Sussex, a charity supporting Chichester Diocese by providing information and resources to respond to issues such as mental ill health, loneliness, poverty and social injustice across Sussex. To support you in your church and community, this animated video has been created in partnership with Together in Sussex and RYP Wellbeing.
So first, let's ask ourselves, what is mental health? The World Health Organization describes mental health as a state of well-being in which every individual realizes his or her own potential, can cope with the normal stresses of life, can work productively and fruitfully, and is able to make a contribution to her or his community. Let's look at what this actually means. The state of our mental health will affect how we think, how we feel, and how we are behaving. It is very important to remember that we all have mental health, and it's as much about those times that we thrive as it is about those times that we face challenges with our mental health. In your church and community, you will be interacting with many different people. You may be interacting in many different ways, so it will be important to look out for the signs of distress and to support this. But how can you spot or see the signs of poor mental health when your interactions with others may be very limited? The more attuned to seeing the signs of poor mental health, the more likely it is that you'll spot them. Before every interaction, remind yourself to look for the signs of poor mental health in how people are behaving, how people appear, the language people are using, and in the body language of the person. We will look at each of these further on the next slides. How is the person behaving? Are they louder or quieter than usual? Are they displaying emotions that are unusual for them? Do they tell you they're having struggles with sleep, either too much or too little? Have they got changes to their eating habits? How does the person you are supporting appear? Are they having difficulty concentrating or making decisions? Do they look unkempt and appear not to be looking after themselves as well as they normally would? Do they have any unexplained injuries or injuries they appear to be covering up? What language are they using? Are they using words around guilt or being at fault for how they feel? Does the language they are using suggest thoughts of suicide? Look out for phrases like, "There's no point in being here. I can't cope any longer." Are they talking about unusual thoughts or experiences that might indicate some thinking distortions? Does their body language give you any clues as to how their mental health is? Are they agitated and restless? Are they distracted by other things? Are they putting barriers between you, such as standing behind a chair? Does your instinct say their body language doesn't match their words? Your time might be limited with someone, so it's very important to make the most of these interactions to support and spot the signs of distress. By asking simple, open-ended questions that show you're interested in the other person, you can get a lot of clues to the person's well-being. Here are a few of my favourites. How have you been since I last saw you? Who's been in touch with you this week? And if the person asks how you are, I've had a few days where I've felt low. How have you been feeling? What's the best thing that's happened to you this week? This is another of my favourites that can help us to see how people are feeling or if they may be isolated. We don't always feel comfortable asking someone about their mental health. Remember, that's okay. However, it can really make a difference to them, and by asking clearly about this, you could be making a huge difference to how they feel moving forward. Remembering the following things will leave you more confident when talking about mental health. We all have mental health, and from time to time we can struggle. This is not something to be afraid of. The person you are talking to may desperately need someone to genuinely ask them how they are. Early intervention is key to supporting recovery of poor mental health, so by asking about it, we can speed up recovery. Top tips. Don't diagnose, saying things like, "You seem a bit depressed," "You must be lonely." Rather, think back to what you've seen or heard and reflect back. When you said there was nothing positive this week, how's that left you feeling? Or, "I've noticed you haven't shaved this week. That's unlike you. How is everything?" If someone does share they're having difficulties, stay calm and ask further questions. How long have you felt like this? Have you ever felt like this before? What do you normally do to help you feel better when feeling like this? Do you have anyone you could talk to about how you're feeling? Who could you contact for support? Your aim is to encourage the person to see ways that they may be able to help themselves or reach out for support. Remember, most people don't like being told what to do. So someone is more likely to act if they feel they've had a choice or that they came up with a thing that will support their mental health better. So instead of, "You should," "You know what would work for you?" or "The best thing for that is," try. I've heard works well for people who feel that way. If a loved one was describing to you they were feeling this way, what sort of things might you suggest to them? I'll leave you with this information on helpful resources. You might find something in there that you want to try. Just let me know if I can support in any way. Make sure you have resources that you can signpost people towards if they are struggling with poor mental health. We recommend that you add details into your phone or maybe a diary that you always have with you. That way it's easy to look them up. If your church has information that you can pass on, make sure that you always have some with you as well. Why not add these ones right now? Ellie has created a Green for Go poster with more relevant support information. This and other updates can be found on www.togetherinsussex.org.uk/what's new. What if you are concerned the person is at risk or their mental ill health is significant? Stay calm. Remember to follow any appropriate safeguarding procedures and training. Do not leave the person alone if they're talking about thoughts or feelings linked to suicide. Make sure you share your concerns with the safeguarding person. Call 999 if there is an immediate risk, or 111 if less urgent for advice.
Self-care is important too. It's important to us that you stay healthy and happy. Remember, it can sometimes be overwhelming supporting another person, so it is extra important you take the time to look after your own well-being as well. Here are a few things that we know can help. Rest, including a good night's sleep. Talking to someone else. Mindfulness and relaxation techniques. Exercise. Of course, we're all different, so why not create your own support list and keep it somewhere handy like a fridge door?
Hi, Ellie here. I hope you found this video on mental health awareness beneficial. Please share it as widely as possible. Also, keep in touch with the work that Together in Sussex is doing to support Chichester Diocese by taking a look at our website. You can see the details below. My contact details are also on the site, so drop me an email if I can offer support or advice. Do take care.